Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that might raise a few eyebrows. We're talking about why you shouldn't buy a Tesla Model Y. Now let's set the record straight from the get-go. The Model Y is, without a doubt, a marvel of engineering. It boasts a jaw-dropping range, a very modern interior, and tech that can make your smartphone feel a tad bit envious. It's the epitome of electric automotive innovation, and it's not hard to see why people are falling head over heels for it. But here's a twist. While I'm not outright telling you to slam the brakes on your Model Y dreams, there are a few reasons, call them asterisks, that might give you a pause before signing that check. See, the Model Y, like any other car, is not a one-size-fits-all solution. In case you didn't know, I've made countless videos on why the Tesla Model Y is an excellent car, so be sure to check those out before you start typing away in the comments. It's important to weigh the pros and the cons, and that's precisely what we're going to do today. So stick around, because by the end of this video you'll have a clearer picture of whether the Model Y aligns with your needs and your expectations, or if there's another set of wheels out there that's a better fit. Now we'll also be going over some reasons you may have not even considered. The first reason is you don't like the styling. The Model Y is a polarizing car, no doubt about it. Some people love the way it looks, while others find it to be a bit too futuristic or simply unconventional. If you're not a fan of the styling, then the Model Y might not be the car for you. Some of the things that people don't like about the Model Y styling are the front end, the lack of curves, and the super minimalistic interior. From a luxury and fine craftsmanship perspective, you simply cannot beat the likes of a Porsche or a Mercedes for an everyday car. They are well-engineered and well-built luxury vehicles. What makes them stand out from others in their class is their focus on driving and the driver. Currently as it stands, the same cannot be said about the Model Y. And before you go typing away about how you cannot compare it to a Porsche or Mercedes, I know, you're absolutely correct. I'm just stating the reasons why some people are put off by the Model Y. The Model Y is a fantastic vehicle, and that's why I have two of them. Ultimately, whether or not you like the styling of the Model Y is a matter of personal preference. If you're not a fan of the way it looks, then there are plenty of other great electric vehicles on the market with more traditional styling, such as the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, and the Kia EV6, just to name a few. Next, you don't like the driving experience. The Model Y is a very different car to drive than a traditional gas-powered car. It's much quieter and the acceleration is instant. Some people love this, while others find it to be a bit jarring. If you're not sure how you feel about the driving experience, then it's best to take a test drive before you buy. It's got a long range, a spacious interior, and it's one of the most technologically advanced cars on the market right now. But the driving experience is a thing that some people might not like about it. The Model Y is flat out a very different car to drive than a traditional gas-powered car. However, I will say that the handling of the Model Y is top-notch thanks to its low center of gravity. I feel comfortable throwing it in corners that I otherwise would have to think twice with other crossover SUVs. Now this next one is something that will certainly be a deal breaker for many people, even if the Model Y checks all of their other boxes. You don't have access to home charging. The biggest convenience of owning a Tesla lies in the ability to charge it at home. Sure, Tesla boasts an impressive supercharging network, but nothing beats the sheer ease and comfort of home charging. When you arrive home, simply plug in your Tesla, let it charge overnight, and wake up to a fully juiced up vehicle ready for the day ahead. It's like saying farewell to those tedious trips to the gas station forever. Before taking delivery of your Tesla, I highly recommend setting up home charging. While most installations only take a few hours, finding and scheduling an electrician can take up to 2 weeks. The installation costs may vary depending on your home charging hardware and electrical system, so I suggest contacting multiple licensed electricians for multiple quotes. And if your situation is such that you cannot have home charging, then you might want to consider alternative ways of charging up, or putting off EV ownership until you do have access to home charging. The fourth reason is Tesla's build quality. Tesla has had some quality control issues in the past, as you are probably aware of. While the Model Y is generally well built, there have been reports of some problems with the interior and the exterior. For example, Consumer Reports found that Tesla had the worst panel gaps of any car brand they tested. The gaps between the panels on some Teslas were so uneven that you can fit a finger between them. And also, there have been many reports of Teslas with paint defects such as chips, scratches, and bubbles. In some cases, the paint has even peeled off the car. As far as the interior goes, there have been reports of Teslas with interior defects such as loose trim, squeaks, and rattles. And in some cases, the interior components have even fallen off the car. These are just a few examples of the build quality issues that have been reported on Teslas. It's important to know that not all Teslas have these problems, but they could be a common occurrence. If you're considering buying a Tesla, it's important to be aware of these issues and do your research before making your decision. However, it's good to know that Tesla has come a long way, but there could be a thing here and there every once in a while. Online forums are a great source to gauge the latest news on the build quality of Teslas. Obviously, the subreddit Tesla Model Y, Tesla Model 3, and Tesla Motors are fantastic sources for the latest info. Also, the subreddit Real Tesla sheds light on some of the current problems Tesla may be facing. My tip is to do your own research. Now, luckily for me, both of my Teslas did not have any of these issues I listed out yet. And again, I've made countless videos on my Model Ys and why I think it's currently the best car on the market. Historically, Teslas have been known to hold their value remarkably well. However, as you might have noticed, Tesla has been on a bit of a price roller coaster lately. At the beginning of the year, a Model X will set you back around $121,000, and now it's down to just $80,000. That's a jaw-dropping $41,000 difference in just a few months for a new vehicle. And who knows what other price cuts might be lurking on the horizon before the year's end. Some might argue that these price reductions are due to Tesla's confidence in their production efficiency and their ability to cut costs. Others might speculate about market demand, but we won't delve too deep in that discussion today. Basic supply and demand economics will give you your answer. However, I will say that Tesla was rapidly increasing prices when demand was through the roof in 2020, 2021, and 2022, so do what you want with that information. It's still a fantastic vehicle, but it's important to consider all of the angles when making a purchase of this magnitude. The sixth reason is one that I don't completely understand why some people are like this. Tesla is a controversial company. Some people love it while others hate it. If you're not a fan of the Tesla brand, then the Model Y might not be the best car for you. Some reasons may include Elon because he can be a polarizing figure. He's definitely outspoken and some may view his erratic behavior as unconventional. Others find him to be charismatic and a visionary. But you have to remember, it's not all Elon doing every single thing at Tesla. He has a great team behind him as well as over 100,000 employees at Tesla. Another reason why you might not be a fan of Teslas is because they are generally more expensive than their gas-powered counterparts in the same class without all of the bells and whistles you might be used to. Also, another reason is that Teslas have had some quality control issues in the past. As I mentioned earlier, panel gaps, paint defects, and even some mechanical problems are not the most common problems people have typically experienced in the past with new gas-powered cars. Tesla's customer service has also been criticized. And that leads me to my next point, which is an issue that has persisted for a very long time now and has actually made many people cancel their orders or not even order at all. You do not want to deal with Tesla service centers or customer service. Tesla is notorious for having some of the worst service center experiences and customer service experiences. Tesla service centers have a reputation for being backed up, with some people reporting waiting weeks or even months for an appointment. Tesla's customer service phone lines are also often busy, making it difficult to get in touch with a representative. When people do get in touch, they often find that the representatives are unhelpful or uninformed. Some Tesla owners have even reported being treated dismissively by some employees. Also, Tesla repairs can also be expensive. Customers are reporting that Tesla has been charging them for minor issues, even for things that would have been covered under warranty in the past. Sure, it's very easy to set up service via the Tesla app for any issues you're having, but good luck trying to reason with a service center employee on the other end. They often aren't that helpful and typically give you boilerplate responses. Also, there have been significant changes that have recently occurred to Tesla's loaner vehicle policy. In the past, Tesla was known for providing loaner vehicles to its customers when their cars needed servicing whether they were under warranty or not. It was a way to make the inconvenience of repairs a little less painful. But slowly, these loaner vehicles have become a rare sight. Instead of loaner cars, Tesla has introduced Uber credits as a replacement. So when your car needs service, you're given a ride credit to use an Uber. On the surface, it might sound like a convenient alternative. Still, the reality is that it's not always a seamless experience, especially when you're used to the convenience of having a loaner car readily available. The times that I've needed service, I've received these Uber credits. At first I was excited, but soon I realized I could not go about my regular day-to-day activities because they're limited to a $100 voucher. I realized that $100 can be a lot for Uber, but when it comes to rush hour times and having to go to multiple places in a single day, that $100 will be stretched thin. Even more frustrating is that service centers are starting to provide these Uber credits if they anticipate your service will take longer than a day. But here's the kicker, service estimates are not always accurate. What they thought could be a quick in and out repair can sometimes turn into a multi-day ordeal. Now, when you consider that many other automakers in Tesla's price range offer loaner vehicles for service, it becomes clear that the competition is providing a more customer-centric approach. Tesla's decision to phase out loaner cars in favor of Uber credits has left some customers feeling like they're getting the short end of the stick. In a world of servicing vehicles, great service is expected, and for many, the shift away from loaner vehicles has been a disappointment. It's not that Tesla service centers don't get the job done, they often do. But the overall service experience, especially when compared to other automakers in the same class and the same price range as a Tesla, leaves something to be desired. It's an aspect that potential Model Y buyers should consider, especially if the after-sales service convenience is a priority for them. These are just some of the problems that Tesla owners have had with the company's service centers and customer service. If you're considering buying a Tesla, it's important to be aware of these issues and weigh the pros and cons before making your decision. The 8th reason is you don't like the interior. The Model Y's interior is minimalist and modern. Some people love it while others find it to be a bit cold and sterile. If you're looking for a car with a more traditional interior, then the Model Y might not be the best choice. Tesla has a reputation for pushing the envelope when it comes to automotive design, and the Model Y's interior is a testament to that philosophy. It's a masterclass in minimalism featuring a sleek dashboard devoid of buttons, knobs, or any traditional controls. Instead, everything is operated through a massive 15-inch touchscreen display that dominates the center console. Some people like this while others don't. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preferences. Tesla's minimalist cabin design with that single dominating touchscreen was revolutionary when they burst into the EV scene. It felt like stepping into the future. But here's the thing, the competition is catching up fast. Other electric vehicles are stepping up their interior game, offering more variety and functionality. That single touchscreen in a Tesla is still good, but let's face it, it's starting to feel a bit familiar. When Tesla was a lone wolf in the EV world, this setup was revolutionary, setting the new standard. But now, with more players in the field, it's time for Tesla to innovate again. And by innovation, I don't mean filling the interior with unnecessary bells and whistles. Tesla's minimalist approach is a part of its charm. But evolving that approach and enhancing it while retaining the simplicity is crucial to staying ahead of the game. You see, Tesla is no longer the only EV manufacturer in town, and the competition is fierce. Now, to keep up, Tesla has been making rapid price cuts in order to maintain their market share. The 9th and final reason is range and cold weather. EV range can certainly be affected by cold weather. The range of an EV can be decreased, and the car's region and braking system can also be less effective. This can make it difficult to drive in icy or snowy conditions. The reason for this is that a battery in an EV uses energy to heat itself up, which reduces the amount of energy available for driving. For the Model Y, it has an EPA estimated range of 330 miles in ideal conditions. But charging your Tesla to 100% can put unnecessary stress on the battery and shorten its lifespan. It's recommended to charge your Tesla to 80% most of the time, and only charge to 100% when you need the full range. So at 80% state of charge with no battery degradation, you're looking at a range of 264 miles. Now the range of a Tesla can decrease by around 20 to 30% in cold weather. So your 330 miles of EPA range will be around 184 to 200 miles in reality, after factoring in the 80% state of charge for regular driving, and then another 20 to 30% loss in cold weather. An internal combustion engine vehicle is not affected by cold weather in the exact same way as an EV. However, there are a few things you can do to improve the range of your Model Y in cold weather. The first is to keep the battery warm. You can do this by plugging your car overnight and using a heated garage. The second is to drive conservatively. Avoid using the accelerator and brake pedal too much, and try to maintain a steady speed. And the third is to use preconditioning. This will warm up the car's interior before you get in, and it will help reduce the amount of energy used. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about Teslas and the Model Y, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Again, it's important to view all aspects of Teslas and Tesla ownership before making the purchase. And before you become a keyboard warrior or a Tesla apologist in the comments, keep in mind that I really like Tesla, hence why I have 2 Model Ys. It's important to shed light on certain things that will ultimately benefit Tesla in the long run. Let me know your thoughts on the Model Y in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.